Now, can you hear me there now, everybody? Everybody. Hey. Right. Apologies about that. I was just setting up everything, but yeah, we're good. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Ah, yes. There you go. We're up and running. Happy days. We've got a new microphone as well. Finally came today. It's Shure. Ooh, interesting. Do love me technology, I have to say. But yeah, let me know if I need to turn it up or turn it down. I think I can actually turn it up like this. Watch this. Look. Oh, man, yeah. There we go. All right. I preferred when we couldn't hear you. All right. Easy up now. Easy up. Let's see. People on TikTok. Who we got? No sound on YouTube. Yep, we've got it sorted, guys. Apologies. Just jumping from one stream to the other. Just kind of messed things up. But we're good to go. 3 pints is needed here. Really, isn't it? But yeah. Let me just see what I can do here now. Oh. Just waiting for the ref to blow the whistle here. We get the timer on the screen as well, guys. Anybody watching on TikTok, if you do want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube as well. Got the scoreboard, the timer, all of that good stuff on the screen. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Head over there. Hit subscribe, get into the chat, and let me know you've come over from TikTok. But we're up and running. Ireland playing from right to left in the opening 45 minutes. Enjoy the news show as well, the Man United news show. Plenty to talk about. Here's Jason Knight now down the right hand side. Pulls one to the box. Strike! Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, should be 1-0 to Ireland early doors here. Good start by Ireland. Good positive start. Good positive start, in fairness. But yeah, Gibraltar gone with a back five. Let's see what people are saying. Up the Cats. Hopefully we can finally get a win tonight. Gavler says, we not got it right mid then. Tiernan said, did Manchester United get a new deal with Rashford? It's pretty close, in fairness. Yeah, it's pretty close. Looks like both parties are happy, and you know, it's just a matter of time before the deal gets done and dusted. Let's see. Sounds good, says Chris. Thank God couldn't listen to RTE without distraction. Here we go. Yeah, turn off RTE. Listen to me. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. But yeah, happy days. Good start by Ireland here, putting the pressure on the opening couple of minutes. Dermot says if we don't win 6-0, it's a shambles. Yeah, it is. If we don't win 6-0, I think Kenny's getting sacked. Mary says, come on, Ireland. Tiernan says, Ireland going to win 2-0. Michael says, Obafemi and Ferguson could be a lethal partnership. They could. Yeah, they could. Is Danny Higginbottom still involved with Gibraltar, says Ushin. I didn't even know he was, if I'm being honest with you. Really didn't. Rashford is going to earn the same money as Haaland, says Cahill. I have a love-hate relationship with his team, says Dale. Here's Knight down the right-hand side again. He's done well. Oh, good ball in again. Oh, Gibraltar scuffing it out for a corner. Knight has started well down the right-hand side. Party Pooper says, Ireland have been shocking lately. They've been really bad, in fairness. They've been really, really bad. Chris says, hashtag sell Sancho, Maguire, Van de Beek, Elanga, Martial, McMuffin. I'd be okay with all of that. Smallbone now is going to swing in the corner here. What a second name, Smallbone. Add an ER to the end of his name, and then all of a sudden it's a completely different conversation. Corner now swung in. Outswinger. Ireland up for the header. Soft enough header. Keeper will claim it. Let's see. Ben says, fancy having a game at Old Trafford and you guys not watching it. Yeah, I only watch one team at Old Trafford, Ben. One team and one team only. Dale says Mount can stay where he is unless he comes for small money. Yeah, look, I mean, I've said this on multiple occasions now. I think Mason Mount is an upgrade on a lot of the midfielders we've got already. I mean, if we're selling Donny van de Beek, for example, for 40 million, which has been reported today, then, you know, if you're getting Mason Mount for 55, 60, all right, net spend is 15 million. So maybe 20 million. So I'm okay with that. 20 million to upgrade your midfield. I'm all right with that, I have to say. Now, I do think we need more in midfield. And I think we do need a Mount type player, you know, because I don't think Ericsson has really got the legs to play another 50-game season. And I think we also need a more defensive style central midfielder that will give Casemiro a dig out, you know. So there's talks of Caicedo there as well, and look, it's going to be a very, very busy summer for Manchester United. So let's hope we can get some business done. Imagine having him on your honeymoon though. Didn't think Gibraltar game would be this important, says Mark. I know it's a shambles. Party Pooper says, did you ever see the team principal's name for Aston Martin in the Formula 1? Very unfortunate. I haven't. I must look up that. Cottle says 7 years since Ireland's last major tournament, and I was at it. It's hard to believe. Was it 7 years ago? 2016. My God, that's crazy. I was at it. I was at the Italy game in Lille. Crazy that was 7 years ago. Bremp says Glazers are going to drag out every transfer with the object of not paying until the differs put in more money. Well, look, basically we discussed it on the United News show there about a half an hour ago. That did I get tickets for the Aviva? I did. Going to the United game 6th of August, I think it is it? That reminds me, I need to book it off in work. But yeah, in relation to the takeover of United, I mentioned it on the previous video there earlier on, that the only way United would have been able to spend a new owner's money is that if the club was handed over before the start of the season. There's talks now of 5 to 8 weeks from when the Glazers make up their mind on who they're selling it to until everything is signed over and delivered. So I don't see Manchester United and the transfer window that's going to happen this summer going to alter an awful lot when the ownership changes. I really don't. I think we need to sell players, and I think we need to use them sales to generate more revenue for investment, because financial fair play is a real thing, and United spent a lot of money last summer. So, yeah, we have to clear the books. Your Martials, your McTominays, your Donny van de Beeks, your Maguires, your David De Gea's even. You know, you need to clear the decks. And I think Ten Hag is doing a pretty good job of that so far. Thoughts on Bayern sniffing around Casemiro? He will not leave. There's no way Casemiro's going to leave United a year after him joining. Nah, no way. I think he's there, and you can see from the way he speaks and the way he talks about United that he wants to be part of the process to make United successful again. He doesn't seem to be a kind of a trophy merchant that will just go from club to club just to get himself another medal or two. He's won every club medal possible, you know. So I don't see that. I wouldn't be too worried. Mount is dirt, to be honest, says Tony. Brem says bidders. Ben says they can sniff all they want. Yeah, absolutely they can. Let's see. 7 years is depressing, says Ushin. It is. Carl says, well, he definitely is looking at our other midfield options. I've been in the Aviva. I'll be in the Aviva. Hope to see you there, boss, says Tony. Yeah, if anyone sees me at the Aviva, come up and say hello. I'm always happy to say hello to people. And have a pint if I see you in the pub. Apparently, Rafa Benitez is linked with the Ireland job after Kenny. Oh my God, could you imagine how boring that would be? Dale says, Revolut me 50 quid. I streak at the Aviva. Party Pooper says, I have tickets to the Aviva myself. Can't wait. Lawrence says, Jack, we meet for a pint on the way up to the Aviva. Yeah, no problemo. No problemo. Bring us Onana, Disasi, Mount, Rabiot, Kudus, Hoyland. Kudus can play number 9 and right wing. Yeah. But there'd be a lot of business to get done in one transfer window, wouldn't it? I mean, if you're looking at getting 6, 7, maybe even 8 players off the books at United, and then trying to sign 6 players, 7 players maybe. I don't know if the United hierarchy are that good at negotiating that they could even get that amount of business done in the space of 3 months. I don't know. Tony says, should set a pub we all meet in before the match. In the Aviva, we have the place rocking. I'm happy with that. Wales hardly have much of a better squad than us, and they qualify for every tournament. Well, they would have had a better squad in the last few years. I mean, you're looking at Bale and Ramsey and these types of players that they've let's put it this way, they've got a lot more players that are playing in the Premier League week in, week out. You know, Scotland too, you would have to say. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's Ireland have some good young prospects, but that's all they are at the moment. You know. We're dominating possession but couldn't hit a barn door, says Benny. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Keep smashing the like button on TikTok, guys. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes before half time. Helps the channel out, gets more people into the chat. And if you're new, make sure you do hit the follow button as well. And like I said, anybody watching on YouTube, we've got nearly 30 people watching on YouTube and only 8 likes. That's atrocious. All right? Take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot, and it's free to do. So just hit that thumbs up button. It helps out an awful lot. I do appreciate it. Closest pub to the Aviva, says Dale. 10 minutes in against Gibraltar and not scoring is crazy, says Cottle. Oshin says, sure, the United hierarchy had to send fake representatives to try to sign Herrera, if you can remember that farce. I do remember that, yeah. Cohen says, from Gibraltar, please show Mercy our national team is pressing. Yeah, look, it's I can't show the game, but you're more than welcome. Ricey is in, he says, crazy money for Rashford. Yeah, look, I don't know if he's going to get 375 grand straight up. United have been talking now for the past year or so about a salary cap. They'll probably give him a base salary 200 grand with very attainable add-ons like appearance fees and minutes bonus and stuff like that, you know what I mean. But look, let's see what happens. Luke says, get that Nottingham Forest scouting team in 400 signings in 3 days, if that's United. Yeah. Mark says, do you think United will be in Carton for that match in the Aviva? I don't know what that is. Oh, in the hotel. I'm not sure, to be honest. MMA Goat says it's coming home. Yeah, alright, whatever. Darryl says Ireland and muck. We are the muck. But look, at least we can admit it, not like England fans. GEA is way better than soccer. Well, go and watch some of it then. Oshin says Ireland settling in for another dour, depressing display already. If we draw 0-0 or even squeak by with a 1-0 set piece goal, get Kenny out that door. Yeah, I don't think he's up to it. I really don't. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just think of, is there better managers out there that would manage Ireland? Yes, there is. They'll then go and get them. You know what I mean? MMA Goat says, are you going to the Europa League final in Dublin next season? I don't want to go to it. And the reason I say that is because the only way I will go to it is if Manchester United are in it. But we're in the Champions League. So for us to get into the Europa League final, it means we get knocked out at the group stage. Which, of course, I don't want happening. So, yeah, I would go to it if United were in it. But other than that, I wouldn't. Watch your mouth, says Ben. Yeah, I mean, Ireland are doing... I mean, we're dominating possession. We're kind of getting to the edge of the Gibraltar box and then just kind of running out of ideas, really. Put Raikkonen in there and ban WhatsApp. McGrath cross in now. Ferguson takes it down on his chest. Cullen now gets it wide tonight. And it's a corner to Ireland. If anyone deserves 375k a week, I think Rashford deserves it, says Chris. We might not sign Kane if we only pay 200k a week. Would you take Roy Keane as the next Ireland manager, says Mark? I certainly would. Would you mind losing this match if it meant Kenny got the sack? I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest with you, no. Because we're not going to qualify regardless. I think putting a new manager in there now wouldn't make much of a difference. Corner crossed in now. I mean, it goes all the way across the 6-yard box and no Ireland player attacking it. Oh, man. Someone really should have been getting on the end of that there, you have to say. Big Sam Allardyce, next Ireland manager. Here we go. Oshin says, they're passing like your haircut, Jack. Sharp back and sides. Yeah, I need a new trim, in fairness. Need a new trim. If we lose this, I'll climb Karen Toole and throw myself off it. Actually, where is the World Cup 2026 being held, says Oak Radio? It's been held in Canada, USA and Mexico, I think. Or is it just Canada, USA? I think Canada, USA and Mexico. Different venues all around. So, yeah. Benny says, Rashford doesn't deserve 375k a week if Haaland is on that money. Well... Cross into the box now. Bit too long. Well, put it this way. Marcus Rashford scored 30 goals in the United team. How many would he score in a City team? You would, I mean, just by looking at both teams, you would say he would probably score more goals in a City team. Or maybe he wouldn't. I mean, Rashford likes space in behind to get into, whereas City tend to do maybe more of a kind of a slow build up with their attack. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I don't ever want to fucking see Rashford at City. We never will. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Is Keane on good enough terms to get appointed? Says Chris. Well, he was assistant manager only 5 years ago. 4 years ago. How long ago was he assistant manager for? I can't really remember. But yeah, so I presume he would be, yeah. US team had to go back to Berhalter since they couldn't find anyone better. We are a joke. Come on over to the World Cup, says Chris. Well, I tell you one thing. If Ireland somehow get to it, I will be there. I can guarantee you that. Because I could go for the rest of my life without Ireland being there. So I wouldn't miss the opportunity. Ireland on the counter-attack up the right-hand side now with Knight again. Needs a good ball. He gets one. Oh, no, Femi lets it go under his foot. Oh, he was in at the near post and he just misjudges the ball and it goes under his foot. Ireland should be one up here. Here's James McLean now down the left. Crosses in with his right foot. Knight misjudges it and it goes over his head and out for a goal kick. I'm at the match with my son Tom. Come on, you boys in green, says William. Put away your phone and watch it. Liam Brady said this morning, this Irish team is the worst he's seen in his lifetime. Alright. To be honest with you, I'd be happy not to be seeing Liam Brady on the punditry anymore, because I think he's the most boring pundit on the face of the planet. He was an unbelievable footballer for Ireland and for, you know, Arsenal and Juventus and all that, but my God, he's a boring pundit. Sorry guys, light went off there. Let me just turn it back on. It's flickering. Let's see. Oshin says, bringing the new baby with you. Once you go from 1 to 2, everything changes. Well, we found out on Tuesday that we're having a baby boy. So, we'll have a girl and a boy. So, I will bring him to every game I possibly can. So, yeah, great news. Delighted with it now, I have to say. Mrs. is struggling a little bit in the heat the last few days. Well, since we got home from holidays, the kind of stickiness of it. But yeah, other than that, all is good. Thank God. Free out to Gibraltar. Liam Brady is even more boring without Eamon Dunphy there to stir him up. Yeah, absolutely. What's the scores? 0-0, guys. 0-0. Congrats. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Mini Sancho, says Ben. Definitely only one. Twins can hide, just to let you know. No. We got them to check. It's definitely only one. It's definitely only one. What TV channel is it on? It's on RTE2. Alex says, I'm thinking 2-0 to Ireland. Evan Ferguson scores the 2 for us. We want to get our act together. 20 minutes gone now. Congrats on the new baby Red Devil, says Scott. Appreciate it, pal. Appreciate it. Project Roy Keane. Congrats, says Party People. Appreciate it, guys. But yeah, Ireland camped on the edge of Gibraltar's box here again. Knight now with another good ball in. I mean, we're not, no one attacking. Oh, who do I hear coming? Come on in here. You watching Ireland? Come on.
Go blow dry your hair.
Oh, you're going to dry your hair, right? Yeah. Did you have a bath?
Yeah.
You did? There. Yeah, what? Yeah. Oh, your milk?
Yeah.
There you are now. Oh, yummy milk. Now, say, come on, Ireland. Say, come on. No, say, take it out of your mouth and say it. Come on, Ireland. Go Ireland. Good girl. And wave your flag. Oh, you can't see the green part of it. Wave your flag. Way. Now, do you want your milk?
Yeah.
There you are. You getting down? Wish, cross into the box. Oh. Oh.
Daddy.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, you're getting down. Right, say bye-bye to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Go on, Ireland. Now, run along.
Yeah, your flag. You put it up there?
No.
You bringing it with you to bed?
Oh, the light fell.
Come on then. Come on, Messi.
Messi's coming. Bye.
Messi's coming with us. Let's get up to Mummy. You lazy boy.
Great girl watching the football. Yeah, no choice. Come on, Ireland. Let's get a goal here now. Put these lads to the sword. But in fairness to Gibraltar, I mean, they've got 11 men behind the ball all the time. Evan Ferguson out with a strike. Oh, it's a good strike and an easy enough save. But you could see what he was trying to do. Trying to make something happen, in fairness to him. Ireland are very static when they get into the final third. And, you know, maybe we need to be attacking a bit faster and stretch the Gibraltar. But because we're allowing them get 11 men behind the ball. And it's very difficult to break them down. I don't care how good or bad a team is. if they stick 11 men behind the ball and get them to sit deep, it's going to be a difficult night. It really is. Colin says even your kid had enough of these after 2 minutes. Yeah, well maybe that's what, you know, a good omen. To be still 0-0 at this stage now with that possession stat is scandalous. Every shot has been from distance too. Not really opening them up. No. She needs to do some co-commentary with you next season. Oh, once she's able to talk, I'll have her on. Don't worry. Well, she is able to talk, but not, you know, not to the United Community standards, United Community Channel standards. You know, she has to go and do her homework and get good at talking before she can come on my show. Callum says, Jack, I can see she gets her cuteness from her mother. That's true. That's true. She gets my sallow skin though. Fairness. She'd do a better job than these lads against Gibraltar. She probably would. She probably would. Oh, but Femi has been lively as well, in fairness to him. Jonathan says, sweet Jesus, the over 75s team from Father Ted would do better. Yeah. Here's Obafemi now across the edge of the box. It's a good clearance away, in fairness to Gibraltar. Evan Ferguson was sniffing around. Nathan Collins now with a very good run. Yeah, and Ireland win the throw. Let's see. Even the under fives could do better, says Marley. Typical Ireland to ghost just when we have hope, says Caden. They couldn't sack Kenny at half time, could they? Does the young one play football, says Parry? No, she's still a bit young. She'll be 2 in 2 weeks' time, so she's a bit young. Maybe next year or the year after I'll bring her, when she gets to 3 or 4. Maybe the summer after next I'll bring her to some summer camps. Let's see. TikTok Live is more reliable than the RTE player, says Oak Radio. Have Gibraltar even had a touch? Yeah, the odd one or two here and there, but Kieran says, I reckon Pep himself would struggle to get us out of this group with the squad we have. And Benny says, I used to work in the Watershed summer camp. Definitely recommend. Yeah. We want Kenny out, says Marley. Dara says, give it to Ollie. We want Kenny out. There's 6 months between her and my youngest. She was 2 in January. Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. We are literally 0-0 after 27 minutes against a semi-professional team. What the F am I watching, says Cottle. Dara says, Ollie or Big Sam do a job on that team. I don't think either of them would, to be quite honest with you. But anyway. Dog says, hi, new to this channel. I think Ireland need a new manager. Although we played well versus France, etc., we need a fresh start. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. I have to say, I think the games against your Frances and your Germanys and Spains and these where you're not expected to win are the ones where Ireland play well, but they're not the games that qualify you for tournaments. The games that qualify for your tournaments are these types of games where you just put points on the board. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And then you can, try and scrape a draw against a France or someone like that. These are the games where you qualify for tournaments. Your bread and butter, and we're not doing a good enough job. Let's see. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, if you're new to the YouTube channel. I do appreciate it. Closing in on 4,000 subscribers. Jonathan says, just seen their Saudi clubs interested in signing Matt Doherty. McClellan across into the box. Header! Oh, a header from Evan Ferguson. He doesn't get enough on it and it goes wide. Oh, the keeper was in no man's land. All he needed to do was put it on target and it would have been a goal. Good ball in by James McLean. Gets to the end line and just pitches one up there. Oh, Ferguson gets his fringe on it, but can't get enough purchase. The keeper is in no man's land. Yeah, it should be 1-0 to Ireland. It should be 3-0 to Ireland, but we haven't taken any of our chances yet. Oshin says Sam might get us a few backhanders under the granny rule, though. He might, in fairness. Dara says Big Sam would bring us back to Route 1 football. The return of Shane Duffy, but as a striker this time. F Soccer says we miss Ogbene. Mark Moore says Alex Ferguson and Pep as the coaching staff wouldn't get us through this group. Party Boober says any club recommendations in Kilkenny? I might try get my daughter to play. Freebooters will probably be your best shout. They're the club I used to play. I played with them for 20 plus years. They're just after putting in a brand new full-size AstroTurf pitch right in the centre of town. They're constantly upgrading their facilities and they've got a very good underage setup. So yeah, try Freebooters. FREEBOOTERS. You'll find them on Facebook. Kazman, thanks for the gifts, man. Appreciate it. Calling out across to the back post. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Do you have a score updates for the other games as well? Says Ben. I certainly do. Let's go through some of them here. France and Greece are 0-0. This game is 0-0. Ukraine are 1-0 up on Malta. England are 1-0 up on North Macedonia. Armenia are 2-1 up on Latvia. Turkey and Wales are 0-0. Finland are 6. Oh, they beat San Marino 6-0. Northern Ireland and Kazakhstan are 0-0. Slovenia 1 up on Denmark. Switzerland 1 up on Romania. Yeah, that's about it. There we go. Here's Obafemi now. Yeah, good positive run. You need to pick Ferguson out earlier. It's a goal kick. Ferguson gets into a bit of space in the channel. And Obafemi, it needs to get you need to get your head up, son. You need to get your head up. You took an extra touch. And it goes out for a goal kick. Do you think Harry Kane will come to Man United? Says Graham. If he puts in a transfer request, we'd have a chance, all right. But other than that, I don't think so. All right. Limerick and Kilkenny All-Ireland final, I'd say, says Dara. Yeah, maybe so. I think Limerick will win it though. I'd love to see us win another All-Ireland. But look, we were spoiled for a long time. I mean, we used to get an extra bank holiday every year in Kilkenny because it was just a given nearly that we'd be in an All-Ireland final. So, look, it'd be great, but I think Limerick are too strong. If we can't find the net against Gibraltar, we might as well abandon the qualifiers. Yeah, I mean, if we don't win at least 3-0 here tonight, I'm not doing any more watch-alongs for these qualifiers. It's just not worth it. Oh, McLean coming in with the header just wide of the mark. It's sadder to watch than Fergie's retirement speech. And Oisin says, I'd get rid of Kenny and co tonight. If we lose, bring in new manager and let him use the last of this campaign to figure out their team, then hit the Euro qualifying running. Yeah, maybe so. Or the World Cup qualifying. Yeah, I mean, look, the Euros are on next year, so it's only a year away. Like, you're talking 3 years. If you were to bring in a new manager now, we would have 3 years before you would potentially be at a major tournament. So, oh, ref, that's a free now. Come on. Yeah, brilliant positive run out of McLean there. He gets a free right down in the corner. The fullback dives in. Opinions on De Gea leaving. Look, I mean, he's been a great servant to Manchester United, you would have to say, and he's been up there in the last 10 years with one of the top goalkeepers in the world. But the game has moved on, and Ten Hag has a certain way of playing, and I don't think De Gea fits the way Ten Hag wants to play. You know, when you look at the likes of Man City and other teams that, you know, you have a sweeper keeper, and with David De Gea, it's nearly like you're a player down because, you know, these types of teams like Man City play nearly with 11 outfield players at parts throughout the game. And I don't think De Gea is that type of goalkeeper. So, look, if there is a chance for us to upgrade, then I'm all for it. But if he stays, I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed either. But the one thing, at a minimum, we have to bring in someone to challenge him for the number 1 spot. That's a minimum. So free to Ireland here. Small ball now to swing it in. Good ball. It's too close to the keeper. Power Puncher is in. It says, hi, good to see you, pal. Paul is in as well. He says, hello. UK Paul, England are winning. Yes, they are 1-0. Not sure I want Pickford, says John. No bloody way. Stay away from Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford is, look, I would be shocked if Manchester United go for Jordan Pickford. If you're talking about a goalkeeper and you want to have a goalkeeper that's able to play out from the back, Jordan Pickford is not it. How many times is the ball played back to Jordan Pickford and on his left foot and he just lumps it up the field? I would be shocked if United go for him. I really would. Especially when you have, you know, a Diogo Costa potentially being available at Porto or an Onana being available at Inter Milan. These types of goalkeepers. Or even the Brentford goalkeeper being, you know, potentially up for grabs as well. Power Puncher says, how are Ireland still not winning against a team like Gibraltar? I know, it's embarrassing. Cross into the box now. McGrath with a header and he heads it back out of the box rather than towards goal. Yeah. Scotty B says Lex Luthor is shocking in midfield. Oshin says I'd rather bring in Taibbi or Bosnich over Pickford. Yeah, I'm similar there. I really would be the same, I have to say. Corner now to Ireland. McLean to swing it in. Near post. Headers flicked. Back across. Nah, it's cleared. Do you support England, says Paul. I do not, Paul. I'm an Irishman. Party Booer says, what about giving Matej Kovar a chance for goalkeeper? He had a nice loan spell. Yeah, I mean, the one issue I would say about that is, I mean, being the goalkeeper at Manchester United is a lot of pressure. Is a lot of pressure. It really is. And giving it to a young lad like that. Well, look, I mean, De Gea got it at a very young age as well, but we seen for the first 2 or 3 seasons, he was like a child in the goal, flapping at things and very little confidence. Here's McLean now. It gives it away. Thoughts on Neymar to United? Stay as far away from Neymar as humanly possible. Just stay away from him. I don't want anything to do with Neymar. Who's playing? Ireland and Gibraltar are playing. Yeah, I don't want United anywhere near Neymar. Mayfainer and just all about himself, not about the team. And we want team players. So, yeah, I wouldn't be going near him. There's a reason why PSG want him gone. Here's McLean now. Strike with his right foot. Blocked. Cullen now with a strike. Easy for the goalkeeper. Darcy said St. Pat's would be 3 up by now against this lot. Heavy watching. Yeah, it is. It's not an easy watch, I won't lie. A lot of pressure if you have Maguire in front of you, says Bob. That's true. Absolutely. Can't even pass the ball 2 yards now, says Michael. Mr. Tickle says we should bring in the Bournemouth manager since he just got sacked. Blake says we're so bad. And Power Puncher says Lukaku, one last dance, yes or no? No. If you mean Lukaku coming back to United, then no. Absolutely not. Lukaku shouldn't be allowed to watch a game in Old Trafford ever again after missing that header in the Champions League final. Thomas says, do you think Vinny deserved the racism? Thomas, rethink your questions, man. That's a terrible question. What person in the world deserves racism? Nobody does. Come on, man. Cipollina. He looks about 47. You're 10 seconds behind us, says Thomas. Yeah, I mean, that's TikTok live. You can't be instantly live or then you would be sitting in my sitting room with me. So, those fans are hardly leaving, are they? I'd say they're probably going out for a pint and a chaser just to make it a little bit interesting. McLean now crossing into the box, headed away and cleared. Yeah, I mean, Ireland are rubbish. Rubbish. Time for Kenny to go, I think. I mean, it's nearly half time and we haven't scored against bloody Gibraltar. No to strikers available for United this summer. Thoughts? We'll get one. We'll get one. What part of Ireland are you from? I'm from Kilkenny. Mr. Tickle says, is anyone playing well? Not really. Your man Knight down the right hand side is having a decent game. Ferguson swivels now, trying to get a shot away, lays it off, and the strike is tipped over the bar, corner to Ireland. Keep smashing the like button as well, guys. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes. If you have a second, tap the screen a few times. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Hit the follow button as well if you're new to the channel. Closing in on 4,000 subscribers on, 40,000 subscribers on TikTok. So if you're new, hit that follow button. Corner in, keeper punches. And anybody new to the YouTube channel as well, guys, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button as well. Just to make you aware, we are to remind you of the giveaway that we're doing for a brand new PlayStation 5. If you want to be in with a chance of winning a PlayStation 5 on TikTok, the link is on my homepage. Click the link, you'll see the tab for win a PS5, and you can head over and enter the raffle as many times as you want. And anybody on YouTube, it's pinned to the top of the chat, the link, and it's also in the description of the video. So if you want to enter the raffle to be in with a chance of winning the PS5, we're doing the draw on the 1st of August. So get your tickets now, as they say. And like I said before, if we make more money than the price of the PS5, I'm going to give the money away to charity. So it's not a, some people were kind of saying you're a chancer, so you are. It's just, it's a good way to kind of give back, I suppose. Up the cats, says Luke. Let's see what people on YouTube are saying. Power Puncher says, would you rather win the Premier League or Champions League? Premier League at the moment. Premier League is bread and butter. That's what we need to do. We need to win that first. But I would take either of them, don't get me wrong. Oshin says, I'd say Didi Hamann has smoked a 20 box at this stage. When I was doing Fair City during the World Cup in 2018, he was like a chimney outside the studio. Party Pooper says, we're not signing anyone until the ownership is sorted out. Well, if that's the case, then it's going to be minimum 8 weeks before we sign anyone, because that's probably how long it's going to take. Even if the Glazers choose Qatar tomorrow, it will take 5 to 8 weeks for the process to be completed. Twigs, come on, man. Come on. Come on. You really think I'm going to read out that? Come on. Here's McLean now. Less than 60 seconds to go before half time. Yeah, I mean, Ferguson is making good runs in fairness to him, and we're just not picking him out. I mean, that's just dirt. So it is. Dirt. Who do you reckon will be the new manager? Well, I mean, we don't need a new manager yet because Kenny is still in charge. So, yeah. Almost half time and it's still 0-0. That is half time, guys, and it's 0-0. I mean, it's embarrassing nearly. Yeah, and there's booing going on in the Aviva Stadium, which is not nice to see, but it's understandable. It really is. It's understandable. And I think Gibraltar are staying out on the pitch for their halftime team talk. So, Cottle says maybe Ferguson should have chose England after all. And Power Puncher says this is a little bit embarrassing to go into halftime drawn to Gibraltar. It is. Andrew, thanks for the gift. Much appreciated. Imagine forking out your money for that dirt, says Michael. Hay fever. Finbar says, it's that bad I would sooner watch the Ukraine-Russian game. Well, that would be very interesting. I think I would watch that as well. But, yeah. But, yeah, let's see, any updates? I think Rashford is after getting a goal for England, which is good. Yeah, all of the tier 1 journalists now are coming out and kind of backing up what Fabrizio Romano said today in relation to a new deal for Rashford. Close to signing a new contract. They're at an advanced stage. And there's confidence on both sides that the deal will be wrapped up soon and potentially before Man United's return for the start of pre-season. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, happy days. Happy days. Luke Shaw gets an assist as well, which is good to see. Chris Wheeler is saying as well in the Daily Mail that Rashford is also keen to continue to work under Erik ten Hag, having recovered from a difficult period in his career to produce his best season for United with 30 goals. Yeah, I mean, I'm just having a look at the Rashford goal here as well, actually. Let's have a look at it here. They're just showing it. Yeah, good striker's finish coming in at the 6-yard box. Good goal by Rashford. Who would you replace Kenny with? I mean, who would want a job? First and foremost, that's the thing. Yeah, let's get a bag of potatoes. Halftime potatoes. Give me 1 sec. Oh, he was trying to catch me out with the name. That's the silly word, like jack me off. No, not potatoes. Oh, for tomorrow? Yeah, sure, go on, dude. Yeah, sure, if you're doing some, yeah. Thanks, pal. How did you rate that first half, says Ryan. Terrible, Ryan. Putting all the pressure on Gibraltar. But when we get into the final third, we just run out of ideas. I'm actually going to leave on my earpiece to listen to the halftime analysis because it's going to be interesting. Twigs, man. Come on. You've run out. Just give it up. You've run out of names to catch me out with. Luke says, should honestly be like support meetings for people feeling depressed after watching Ireland. Eric says, with a population the same as Croatia, what a different standard of football. We couldn't be a Scottish League team. What you do have to take into consideration as well, Eric, is that it's not our number one sport. You know what I mean? And I think with the GEA, even down as far as underage levels, stating, you know, and I've seen it myself growing up, you know, GEA managers and clubs are saying to players that, oh, you can play soccer if you want, but you're not going to be a part of our team if you play soccer. So, you know, we do have similar populations to the likes of Croatia and stuff like that, but it's the #1 sport in all of them countries. Bad excuse. Well, look, I mean, it's not an excuse. It's just a fact. Now, look, you know, are the investments coming in at grassroots levels that they should be from the FAI? No, they're not. So, I'm not blaming the GEA for Ireland being shit at soccer. You know, the FAI do have to take, you know, their criticisms. You know, and there's probably not enough money. I mean, you go to any GEA ground in the country, there's dressing rooms, there's showers, you know, there's facilities. You know, I finished playing soccer only, 18 months ago, and, you know, I was still getting, there's some teams that we were playing where we're still getting tugged out in cars, you know. So, that's the difference as well. One of the centre-backs should come off. No need to have 3 in a game like this, says Darren. Good point, yeah. Eric says, we produce cyclists, boxers, rugby players, so football is only affected because of GAM. I didn't say that. But when you're younger, the majority of people tend to play both GAA and soccer. Or GAA and football, whatever you call it. And, you know, is it easier to become an inter-county GAA player than it is to become a professional footballer? Yes, it is. That's maybe why more players choose GAA over football. I don't know. But look, it's not all down to that, of course. Liam Brady. Can't believe we're losing this game 0-0. Do you think it's time for Kenny to move on, says Darren? Yeah, I do. I think, what is it? We've won 2 games out of 23 under Kenny. That's just not good enough. I think it's the worst. It's the worst record of any Irish manager, I think. Give the Ireland job to Brian Cody. Mel says football, soccer is behind GAA, hurling and rugby in Ireland. Michael says you would be excommunicated in my community for choosing soccer over GAA. Did you put any money on Gibraltar before the game? Worth a bet, like Dirt Ireland team? No, I didn't. Hurling and rugby are the Irish sports, not soccer, says Benny. Kenny out, but who to replace? I don't know. Blake says we can't do anything with the ball. Yeah, we've been very poor. There's no creativity with us at all. If we don't score 4 or 5 in the second half, he's gone, says Tony. Oshin says, if Kenny stays there, it'll be obvious that the FAI can't afford to sack him. Yeah, that's a good point as well, Oshin. It's a good point. He said he's not going to leave. The only way he's going is if he's sacked. So, Zidane to Ireland, says Jason. I'd be alright with that now. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Get Ollie in, says TJ. Give Keane the job. I think it'd be great if Keane got the job. Why don't you just go back and give it to Martin O'Neill again? You know, and Keane. Just bring him back. Wouldn't bother me. What about Mick McCarthy, says Ben. No. No thanks. Jack Smith says Andy Walsh would definitely create more chances in the middle for Ireland than Smallbone. Wah! Yeah, he would if he was sober. Can Keane come out of retirement? We need him. Well, look, I mean, Keane has stated he wants to get back into management, so I don't know if it's an option. Oh, Oshin. Quick one for you. I think I've decided to go with the Sony ZV-E10. I don't know if you know anything about it or anything like that, but I think that's the camera I've decided to go with. It has a streaming mode in it, so I don't have to get any external or, you know, hardware or software to go with it. It's just, you're good to go with it straight away. Sony ZV-E10. I think I'm going to go with that one. Kenny completely out of his depth, says Eric. I think so, Eric. I have to agree with you, man. Do you think Rice, Grealish and Kane should have left the Irish team that time? Absolutely, they should have. Connor says, dare I say it, the lads are spineless tonight. I mean, I can't remember the last time I don't think I've ever heard an Irish team being booed off at Lansdowne Road. And they've just been booed off at half time. If Greece draw with France, we're finished. I think we're finished anyway. Who would you like to see at Galway United next season? I have no idea. I have no idea. Vlog your day in the Aviva, says Luke. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Score is 0-0. Emma. Just waiting for the second half to start here. Alan is in. He says, I've got a football kit business. If you'd like to be sent you out the new kit for next season to sponsor the odd watch along or something. Sorry, it's off topic. I'll DM you on Instagram. Do, Alan. Hit me up on Instagram, pal. I'll get back to you as soon as I'm off this, as soon as we're finished the stream. Hello, Saddam from Uganda. Kindly update me on the Man United takeover. There is not really much updates at the moment. We're waiting on the Glazers to make a decision on who they want to sell the club to. It looks like it's going to be Qatar, that they're in the lead at the moment in relation to the race to buy United. But we're waiting. We're just waiting to hear. Second half predictions. An Ireland win, hopefully. We need a non-Irish manager to take over. Irish managers always fail us. Well, Martin O'Neill didn't. I know he's from Northern Ireland, but... Right. Let's get the timer up and running here again. Anybody watching on TikTok, guys, if you do want the full experience, like I said, we're live over on YouTube as well. We've got the timer, the scoreboard, all of that kind of stuff on the screen. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Head over there, hit subscribe, get in the chat, let me know you've come over.
Have you super glue in here?
Have I got super glue in here? I don't think I do. I've got sellotape.
No, I need super glue.
Super mighty glue.
Okay.
No, I don't. There's a just a normal United Community Channel moment. Mrs. coming in looking for super glue. Smash the like button, guys, if you haven't already done so on YouTube as well. Thumbs up, helps the channel out a lot. Hit subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Look at my new microphone. It's so nice. Hello, everybody. It's a corner to Gibraltar here. So it is. Swung in. Good corner in. And Evan Ferguson with a really good header away, in fairness to him. There's Ireland now coming down the left-hand side. Here's Johnston now. Tiptoeing into the box. Goes back to the edge. Cullen with it. Just a fucking... Here, I just kick it out over the bar. Dirt. I'm going to walk the dog. Can't watch another half of that, says Paul. Full-time Gibraltar 1, Ireland 0, says Cottle. John says, would you go to the Euros if Ireland were in it? Absolutely. I went to the last one, John. I was at the Italy game in Lille when Robbie Brady scored the last-minute goal against Italy. Nathan Collins should not have been subbed off, our most positive centre-back. Only one I see getting a goal, says Darren. Liam says, would you be annoyed if Ten Hag ditched United for Ireland? Yes, I would. I would. Because I don't think Ten Hag could get anything out of this team, really. Well, I don't know. He would get more out of him than Stephen Kenny, but I want Ten Hag at United. Sorry. I mean, strike is deflected and goes. I mean, Evan Ferguson is making some really good runs and we're just not picking him out. Johnson is running through. Now, he does well in the end, Johnson, but Evan Ferguson makes a really good run off the shoulder of the centre-back. And he's looking for every ball to be played early to him and it's just not coming. Small ball now is going to swing in the corner here. Outswinger, header over the bar. We are useless. Would you be shocked if the entire United team ditched football for snooker? No, that's just a stupid question. Johnson looks like a baller, says Michael. Yeah, he's come on with a bit of positivity at least, and he's running at defenders. Collins must have a knock. No way he comes off before Smallbone or Cullen, who have been anonymous. I'd nearly play Cullen as a CDM. Oisin, Sony ZV-E10. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. I mentioned it there a minute ago, but you mightn't have heard me. I think that's the camera I'm going to go with. It has a streaming mode on it, so I think I'm going to use that one. I'm going to buy one this week. Oh, Ireland looking for a handball here. Free on the edge of the penalty area here. Is there VAR in this? There is VAR, isn't there? Oh, it's close. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a handball. It'll be reviewed by VAR here, but I mean, it's definitely a blatant handball. It's just whether he was in the box or not. Yeah, he's just outside. Right call by the referee. It's a free kick. But good opportunity for Ireland now to test this goalkeeper. Is it a bit close? But yeah, it's a free kick. It's going to be Smallbone by the looks of things here. Whistle goes. Smallbone steps up. Hits the wall. Oh, it's a tap in. It's 1-0 to Ireland. Johnston with the goal. Delighted for him because he's played really well since he came on here at half time. It's so unlucky from Gibraltar, you would have to say it. Now, I mean, you make your own luck. Johnston followed it in. It hits the wall and it just lands on the 6-yard box, and none of the Gibraltar defenders follow the ball in, but Johnston does. Keeper commits to the dive and he's out of the game, completely out of the game, and it just falls to Johnston's feet. He has the easiest goal he'll ever score. 1-0 to Ireland. Delighted for him. Mbappe missed the penalty against Greece, says Paul. There's the poxy, dirty set piece goal, says Oisin. Kenny now will celebrate his tactical astuteness. Collar up. Great to see so many people in, guys. 50 people watching on YouTube, only 31 likes. If you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Hit subscribe if you're new to the YouTube channel as well. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Really appreciate it. But the one thing you would say here now is, I mean, Gibraltar are never coming to this game looking for a win. You know, they're always going to be sitting in deep. The fact that Ireland have scored is not really going to change their tactical prowess that much. You know, they're still going to be sitting in. They're not going to step out any more than they would anyway. So, yeah. Here's McLean down the left now. Johnston again with a strike. It's blocked. Been retaken. Again, Mbappe scored 1-0, says Paul. Luke says, is it true you started a Sancho fan page on Instagram? That is not true. Luke, that is not true. Kieran says, good sub and change of formation from Kenny. Credit where it's due. Sorry, Kieran. It's not credit where credit is due because we've scored from a tap in from a free kick that... Anyway. Stembiso says Ireland 2-0 at least. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But look, I mean, Ireland have been obviously pinning Gibraltar back, but we get to the edge of the box, we get into the final third, and we just run out of ideas. And it's yeah, I mean, there's not much creativity in this team at all, which is disappointing. Polo, thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel, much appreciated. Let's see. What's the score, says Callum? It's 1-0 to Ireland. Guys, 1-0 to Ireland. Yeah, but we've looked better since half-time. Not really. I mean, we're doing the same thing in the second half that we did in the first half. Getting to the edge of the box and running out of ideas and just recycling in it, basically. And Gibraltar, as the game goes on, are going to get more and more tired. So you would expect Ireland to improve as the game goes on or get more on top, but it's all sideways, backwards. There's no penetration. There's no creativity. Here's Knight now, a little chip into the box. Again, it's like 5 players on the edge of the box. No one getting in, attacking it. Goes for a goal kick. I don't know. Give Kenny 5 more years for that sub. Who scored? Johnston scored. Troy Parrott is coming on here. Obafemi is coming off for Troy Parrott. How many shots on target do you know? Says John. Let me see if I can find out here for you, John. Shots on target for Ireland are 6. 6 shots on target. 70% possession. I think our players are deflated after Greece. A lot of bollocks. They're professional footballers. You need to go into each game with hunger and desire. And we didn't have that against Greece anyway. So I don't see, if you can get any more deflated from the Greece game, you shouldn't be playing football. Wish Troy Parrott lived up to his hype. So many of Ireland's young prospects just fall off so fast. Yeah, maybe because they're not as good as originally thought. Jose Mourinho got rid of him at Spurs for a reason. Cross into the box. Keeper punches. Ireland putting some pressure on here, in fairness. Troy Parrott now gets a wide to Knight. Lovely ball. Evan Ferguson. Troy Parrott gives it to him. He just gets smothered out. It has to go wide. Second goal is coming here, you'd think. Here's McLean now. Bit of space to get a cross in. Ferguson with the header. 2-0. There we go. Evan Ferguson. They finally get a good ball into him and he puts it away with a header. I mean, the chap can score when you give him the opportunity, in fairness. And Kenny has a big smile on his face. Come on, man. I mean, we should be 6-0 up at this stage. But, I mean, we finally put a good ball in for Evan Ferguson. It's his first real opportunity and he's put the ball away. Good header, down into the ground. Keeper doesn't have a chance. And Kenny is doing this to the fans. I mean, fuck off, man. What are you on about? Jesus Christ. But anyway, look, Ireland are 2-0 up. Lovely ball in by James McLean. Ferguson is on the move. Gets up in between two defenders. Down into the ground. 2-0 to Ireland. Kenny is celebrating there with John O'Shea as if we're after winning the World Cup. Oshin says, Kenny breathing the biggest sigh of relief I've ever seen on live television. Yeah. Yeah. Now, 2-0 to Ireland, guys. 2-0. Just get the ball to Ferguson and he'll bang one in. Yeah, I mean, he's been making... I've been keeping an eye on him every time we go on the attack, and he's constantly on the move looking, you know, in between the lines, getting into channels, and we're just not picking him out. He's getting into some good positions, in fairness to him. Knight now with a cross, headed away. Jonathan says, unfortunately, a patch-up job. Kenny's sacking will be deferred now. Stembiso says, the gates have opened now. Sense more goals. Ushin says, 2-0 against policemen, teachers and hotel baggage men. And that's how he's celebrating. Yeah, I know. Only 3 points behind Greece. Level on points with the Dutch. We're back, lads. I don't think so. Give Kenny the equivalent of a knighthood, says Luke. Swear I wasn't slagging him 5 minutes ago. Mikey says 2-0 versus Gibraltar means he's keeping his job. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's have myself a little square of dairy milk here, I think. The contract is up in March, won't be renewed. I would doubt it. If he makes it to March. Yeah, I just think maybe he's out of his depth a bit, I think. So let's have a look at the table. Ireland are in third on 3 points. Better goal difference than Netherlands, but they've got a game in hand on us, so or let's just put it this way. The international breaks during next season are going to be so goddamn annoying from an Irish standpoint, because they're just going to be meaningless for us, you know. John says, you reckon there's any chance of us getting into the top 2? No. I don't think so, John. I just don't think we're good enough. I just don't think we're good enough. We need to get Coleman and Ogbenny back in the team. Minimum draw in France, and we're going to the Euros. I don't know. I like to be positive as much as I can, but I can't see this team under this manager getting to the Euros. I just can't see it. Here's Knight now with a strike. Goes out for a throw. Alex is at the game. Michael says we've only got one Premier League player. Jordan says Jack Byrne deserves a call-up and a chance. I would think all Irish fans hate international breaks. Pretty much. Yeah. They can be quite frustrating, in fairness. Try Parrott with a shot. Easy enough save. Oshin says we're not getting a draw in France or in Holland. Greece will beat us at Lansdowne and we'll huff and puff again in Gibraltar, not qualifying for a tournament with Kenny. Chris says news is saying that the Mount deal is agreed. I don't know who's saying it. Johnson with a strike. Oh, it's a good save. And the strike, second one saved. Does anybody know how to... Let me just see. Does anyone know how to put your tweets in chronological order on desktop? It's really annoying. It keeps going back to... like 3 minutes ago, an hour ago. It's very annoying. Anyway. Ross Hardwood on Twitter. I've never heard of him, but I'll give it a look. I'll give it a look. Gibraltar are in. What is going on here? Oh, and they win a corner. I mean, for the love of Jesus. Yeah, just seeing that Ross Hardwood. I don't know who he is. He just has football journalists up, but he has no... Oh, Jesus Christ. Gibraltar nearly scored. We'll hang on about reporting it until I hear it. from some more outlets. "20 minutes to go here. Free kick to Ireland, yellow card shown to the Gibraltar player. Just giving you something to cheer about this, Chris. I appreciate it. What am I eating? I'm eating a bar of Dairy Milk chocolate. A big one. It's nice. Bazunu has nothing to do all game and dropped 2 clangers in quick succession. Good keeper, but not great, says Oshin. Yeah. Fruit pastilles today, says Chris. No, none today. Oh. Free kick now. It's going to be James McLean. Good distance out, so you'd be expecting him not to shoot. Oh, it's a terrible free. Favourite player on the Irish team? I know he's not there at the moment, but probably Seamus Coleman. Johnston is doing really well now. Good cross into the box. Headed away. You pick it up again. Small ball now with a ball in. Keeper is brave and punches. Gibraltar come away with it. Yeah, and Ireland just lump it back down on top of them. Crazy how we used to have the beating of Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and now we're the worst. Yeah. Shall we discuss your interior design options again? It'll pass the 20 minutes. Yes, we shall. So I think I'm going to go with, do you know the brick style wallpaper? I think it's the easiest thing to do, because the wall behind me that I'm going to be using is painted blue, and if I am to put a kind of a neutral off-white or whatever it is on it, it's going to take about 7 coats of paint. So yeah, I've been thinking maybe to just use the brick style wallpaper. Let's see the actual wall. I don't know how to do that actually. How do I do it? Well, there's just a big green screen on it at the moment. Let me see if I can show you. There you go. It's just a green screen. That's the colour of the wall. See that sign? So yeah, that's basically it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I do like, so before I done this, I had a wall, because the team that I used to play for is blue, so that's why I done the wall blue, and like I've got a United flag hanging on it, and I've got like that sign that you've seen there, you know, the eat, sleep, football, all that kind of stuff, but I just want what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of just I'm gonna do the the wallpaper, the brick style wallpaper, and I'm gonna hang some things. I'm gonna look to get a United Community Channel, my logo made, and a Manchester United one made as well, and hang them up here and here, say behind me, and then have maybe a shelf with, you know, a United flag hanging off it or something like that. You know what I mean? That's my plan anyway. I'm open to suggestions though. Thanks everybody hitting the follow button as well, guys. If you're new to the channel on TikTok, do hit the follow button. And if you're new to the YouTube channel, please do hit the subscribe button as well. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're on the road to 40,000 followers on TikTok as well. So please do hit the follow button. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know. Oshin says, get the sign made in wood and put an LED light inside it. Just hang it slightly camera left, and it'll fill all that space there and gives you some some separation to it. Yeah, so I was planning on putting LED lights along the ceiling and along, say, the skirting board pointing upwards. Obviously, they'll be out of camera shot. And I can obviously change the colour of them for the red for United. If Ireland are playing, you can change them green, so on and so forth. Yeah, and I've got a desk picked out in IKEA as well. I'm getting rid of the one I have. The one that I currently use is an L-shaped desk. So you see, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm actually, over here, you always see me fiddling around over here. It's actually because it's part of the desk. And I've actually got a green towel that I use. So you can see the actual desk here. I have a green towel that I use to make up part of the green screen. So yeah. Oh, Johnson with a strike. Oh, just wide. So I'm getting rid of the L-shaped desk and I'm just going with a straight desk. Liam, thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'm just going with a straight up desk with legs, and I'm going to center it in the room, and I'm going to bring everything kind of more centered. I'm going to mount the camera actually to the desk with the lights either side, and then I've got a microphone arm here which I use sometimes as well, which I'm going to start using a lot more. And yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. What team did you play for, says Alan? I played for a team called Freebooters on the Blues. What do you think the final score will be? Could be 3 maybe. Is it just wood or does it have epoxy and resin, says Twigs? Well, I was looking on Etsy at some people who make them and stuff like that, and they're not bloody cheap, even for little small ones made out of wood. But look, I'll see. I've got the summer to... Well, I've got a couple of weeks before. I want to have it done before pre-season, the first pre-season game. So I've got about a month. But look, we may bring the green screen back at some stage as well. You know, I'm going to keep the green screen. And I can, if I ever do need to use it, I can just stick it up right behind me and we're good to go again. You know what I mean? But, yeah. You also need to pull your lights back. You have a serious hot spot on your forehead, right? Okay, and under your eyes. Yeah, I see that. So what do I need to? I just need to bring them back. I don't need to lower the brightness of them. Is that correct? Because like if I do lower the bright, oh, we're in. Here we go. Oh, how did he miss? James McLean on his 100. Oh my God, I think someone actually got a touch on it. James McLean was about 4 yards out and he hits it over the bar. Great turn from Johnston, was it? Yeah, it's a deflection. So yeah, like if I turn down the brightness to 25, at 75, 100, yeah, it doesn't really change, doesn't it? So you're just saying I just need to move it back. I can tinker with the settings as well. But I don't really I have to figure all of that out as well. But yeah. No, it's the proximity of the lights to yourself. Need to come back maybe 5 foot. Okay. Interesting. Right, so if I'm going back 5 foot, I'm going to have to mount them to something else then. Because they're desk mounted lights. Where they actually mount underneath they mount to the side of the desk. Interesting. They're fucking big though, that's the thing. I probably should have just bought smaller ones. It's just making the hotspot smaller. It's still there. Right, okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And I can see it. I can see the shiny part. There, and there. So yeah. Good to know. It would be good to actually get them lights further away from me, because one of the poles that the light is mounted on is actually in the way of my TV. It's in my eye line. So even if I put them behind the TV and mounted them over there, I wonder if I can do that. Figure something out. Johnston's playing really well since he came on, in fairness to him. Do a mic test. Mic check 1, 2. Oh! Corner. Don't bother with the lights. Get the wife to put some makeup on you. No, I'm alright. The other option, maybe cheaper, is some diffusion paper on... killed. Or soft boxes to cover them. Okay. Okay. Or some makeup powder. I have to do my makeup before I go live every time. Chris with the super chat. Super chat for new lights. LOL. Appreciate it, man. Billy is in. He said, who will United sign for a striker? I mean, the most obvious one at the moment, Billy, is Rasmus Højlund. Now, I mean, he's after scoring tonight as well, by the way, for his country. But I mean, I'm just reading on Twitter here as well. That's after some updated news on it from James Ducker in the Telegraph. He said Atalanta are thought to have slapped a price tag of at least £80 million on Rasmus Højlund, which is considered aggressive as things stand. So this is typical of any player United get. It's the United tax, really, isn't it? So, but I think he's probably the most likely. Ireland are in here. Oh, Cross is headed away. You can use grease-proof paper as diffusion paper if you're in a bind. Right, okay. Okay. I certainly could mount them. Yeah, I certainly could mount them over say either side of the TV, which is about maybe 5 feet away from me, which would be good, and then just turn them up full blast. Appreciate that though. Chris says we can't pay 80 million for him. That's crazy. Yeah, look, I don't think we will end up paying that kind of money for him. I think it's just it's Atalanta going, right, but we've got a you know, a good player on our hands here, and let's put it at 80 and try get 60 for him rather than the 40 something that we were quoting maybe a month ago. Dylan says, did you play for the Irish six-a-side soccer team? I did, in Montenegro. Were you on that? Because there was a Dylan that played on it. Is that you? Certainly was, pal. Over in Montenegro, we played for Ireland. We got absolutely hammered. Ramos may be had for less than that, says Chris. Yeah, I think they're putting crazy money on Ramos as well, like 120 million or some dirt like that. But corner now to Ireland, swung in. Comes out to the edge of the box and the strike goes in. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, the keeper. It's a corner again. Heard it's 50 million plus 20 million in bonuses for Highland, says Benny. We're saved. Here comes Jeff Hendrick. Corner now sung in by Johnson. Poor enough one. Appreciate everybody watching tonight, guys. Make sure you do smash the like button for us. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on TikTok, please do hit the follow button. Thoughts on Brendan Rodgers back to Celtic, says Luke. I'm surprised with it, I have to say. I won't say it's a backwards step. Well, it probably is. I mean, going from managing in the Premier League to managing in the Scottish League is a backward step. But I couldn't really care less because I wouldn't be a big Brendan Rodgers fan. I mean, he's a former Liverpool manager, so yeah. But he'll probably win an awful lot with Celtic. Billy says Agent Ericsson will get Highland to join United. I hope so. Chris says, I'm out, gents. Leaving for Hawaii tomorrow, so I will send pics on Discord. We can do a members chat from the North Shore. Enjoy, Chris. Enjoy, pal. Anyone else wants to join the Discord as well, guys, make sure you do. The link is on my homepage. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you join the Discord. And you know, get involved. It's where you'll find out. It's where I post everything about, you know, when we're going live and what shows we're doing and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, make sure you're hitting the follow button. James, thanks for the follow on TikTok, much appreciated. Ireland just keeping possession here, running down the clock. What are we looking at? Just under 3 minutes of normal time to go. Oshin says 31 attempts for Ireland, 2 goals. How many of those attempts on target? Yeah. Sonic, thanks for the gift. Much appreciated. Here's Alan Brown now. Swings the ball into the box. Our crossing has been very poor tonight, I have to say. It's been really, really poor. Oh, Jeff Hendrick, you absolute bag of shit. Jesus. Barella to Newcastle, what do you think of it? I mean, Newcastle are buying smart, aren't they, really? Like, I think, like, it just goes to show the effectiveness of financial fair play. They've got the richest owners in the world, pretty much. But they can't spend huge sums of money because they don't generate an awful lot of money through, you know, sponsorship or advertising or shirt sales. They're just not as big as like a Manchester United or a Liverpool or a Real Madrid or whatever it may be. But that will change over time. But for now, they're being very smart in the transfer market and getting good deals done. Well, they have done last year. So, yeah. Jason Knight gets man of the match. Well deserved, in fairness. He was probably our best player tonight, in fairness. we give away too much sloppy ball, in fairness. Better performance today, says Luke. Was it really though, Luke? I mean, only beating Gibraltar 2-0 is kind of embarrassing, and one of them being a huge slice of luck in terms of the first goal. Good header out of Evan Ferguson for the second one, but yeah, like, we should be beating these guys 5, 6, 7-0. But anyway, France only beat them by 3 and we beat them by 2. What kind of team do France have out though? You know, we basically have our strongest team out. So, any news on the ownership? No, we're waiting on it. Niaz, we're just waiting on the Glazers now to make up their mind on who they're going to sell it to. Basically, Scott says 2-0 isn't good enough. We need to be a country mile better to stand any chance of qualifying. Yeah, we really do. Sonic says, would you take Moussa Diaby at United? I would take any player at United if Eric Ten Hag wants him. I've been steadfast in saying that now since he got the job. If he wants a certain player, regardless of what we think, then I'm behind it, you know. Like, you look at Arsenal, for example, are in the market for Kai Havertz, and I would be saying to myself, fucking Kai Havertz, he's worse than useless, and you don't really have a prolific goal scoring striker in Jesus. Header 3-0, Adamida, really good for one of the very few times in the game we've put in a really good cross. And it's 3-0, header down into the ground, in between two defenders. I mean, the celebrating by the management team is kind of embarrassing, in fairness. They're all in a big huddle, hugging each other as if they've just qualified for the World Cup. It's kind of embarrassing, but a good goal nonetheless. Ball down the left-hand side. And it's who's it out to? James McLean puts a really good cross in, header down by Ida, in between two defenders, and it's 3-0 to Ireland. I think James McLean has put both crosses in for the two-headed goals. So, fair play to him. He's been good tonight, in fairness, James McLean, on his 100 cap. But 3-0 to Ireland. Yeah, I mean, the celebrations are a bit embarrassing, in fairness. Do you think the Sheik is going to get it? Well, according to the reports at the moment, Qatar are leading the race. So, but look, we've seen these kind of backhanded tactics from the Glazers before. We heard that Sir Jim Ratcliffe was leading the race, and was that applied to bring Qatar out to put a higher bid in? You don't know. But there we go, guys. That's the full-time whistle. 3-0 to Ireland. I'm not going to say a good performance because we should be beating them by a lot more. We really should. Kenny to go. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think we can do better. I really do. I don't think he's up to it. I think he's out of his depth. But in relation to the table, it puts us into third place temporarily. Netherlands have a game in hand on us, and we're on level points with us. The first points of the campaign for us, 3 points on the board. We're ahead of the Netherlands on goal difference, but they've obviously got a game in hand. So we've got it all to do. Next game for Ireland is going to be France, and it's going to be France away, and then it is the Dutch then come to Ireland a couple of days later. So our next few games are going to be difficult. They're going to be difficult. So what can we get out of them games? You would love to say you could, you would love to get 4 points out of them, but I think the majority of Ireland fans now would take 2 points, probably even 1. So yeah, 7th of September and 10th of September are our next internationals. But look guys, thanks to everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so. Please do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel as well. Closing in on 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. If anybody that's watching on TikTok hasn't already done so, please do hit the follow button. Closing in on 40,000 followers on TikTok, which is fantastic. Really appreciate all of the support. We're going to be back tomorrow night for another Manchester United news show. We're going to be doing them Monday through Friday every week at 8 o'clock. And so that's pretty much the end of the watch-alongs now until pre-season starts back. I think Man United's first game is in about 4 to 5 weeks, I think, roughly. So we won't be doing any watch-alongs until then. So make sure you're joining the news shows, the transfer talk shows. We're going to be plenty of them coming. You know, really enjoyable. Plenty of back and forth in the chat with people putting in their comments and thoughts on who we're going for and stuff like that. So make sure you're following along throughout the summer for that. But I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks to everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the transfer talk show. But until then, take it easy.